Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So I just have a nice little tutorial for you guys, a little bit of an autumnal kind of feel to this sort of look. It's like kind of mocha-y, mauvey, pinky kind of colours, a little bit of warmth in there, nice warm rosy lip, beautiful glow skin. Look at my glow, look at the glow. My cheeks look glossy and wet and they're beautiful. But yeah, it's just something that I felt like doing. It's just a look that I had in my head a little bit. Make sure no lipstick on my teeth. Just a look that I had in my head for a while and wanted to do it. So yeah, and I'm going to my boyfriend, so wanted to do myself up a little bit. I love how this turned out. I think it looked really pretty. I love that like super winged out sort of shape to the eye to elongate the eye nicely because I have quite round eyes, so it helps bring the eyes out a little bit more. And yeah, it was just a little bit of fun. I just wanted to play with stuff and do stuff with my face. So yeah, if you want to see how to get this look, then keep on watching. Alrighty guys, so I already have my face pretty much on except for like face powder just in case I have to tidy up anything, but I've got like my bronzer and my concealer and my brows on. I'm going to pop on my eyeshadow primer, which is going to be my MAC 24 Hour Extend Eye Base. So I'm going to zoom you guys in and we can get started on our nice little winged out kind of autumnal kind of style look. Okay, so for this look, this is our little colour palette that we're working with. So I mostly have Makeup Geek shadows. All the round ones are Makeup Geek, and then these two are my Inglot shades. Have a little bit of like a MAC Pigment and glitter that I might add in. I'll see how I feel. But we are going to start with the shade Buffed from Makeup Geek. It's one of their single shadows. I look quite tan right now. Weird. And I'm taking that shade on a 224 from MAC, just a big fluffy brush. And this is just going to go into the crease just to give a bit of warmth because some of the shades that we're using are quite mauvey and I don't want them to go too kind of purpley grey. I want to keep this all nice and warm. I'm also kind of dragging that shade out just a little bit just to kind of emphasize that winged out shape, so when we do the wing shape the warmth is still surrounding it. But this is not going to be like a very obvious part of this look, so we're just going to add it in just to help with the effect. So with this look, we're not doing like a cut crease or anything like that. I have a face chart here that I've done out. That's why I keep looking over here. This is the kind of look I'm generally aiming for. So it's quite pinky mocha kind of look to it. And it's not gonna be like a super harsh line, but it is gonna be a defined enough line. So it's not gonna be like super sharp, straight, like cut crease essentially. It's gonna be more of a, like that's the shape we're going for, you know what I mean? So it's just defined enough for that. So next up we're going to use the shade Vintage from Makeup Geek. This one here, I'm taking that on a MAC 217, but I might switch around brushes for this because I'm trying to establish my shape now. But I'm starting with this just to see what way I want to do that. And what I'm doing is I'm only coating one side of the brush, so just one side. And with the coated side, I want that facing upwards. So not down like this because then it'll bring too much colour down. We want to here and then go from your outer corner, like right where your two lash lines meet basically, and go from there and get some sort of a line, almost like you're doing a winged liner, but like with shadow and a big fluffy brush. You might want to use a smaller brush if you're not used to using something like this. I mean, I might switch over. I just kind of want my shape fluffed in here. I'm trying to keep most of the kind of darker matte shades on the outside, and then we can bring it in a little bit if we want to. Actually, I'm going to switch to a smaller brush. This is my MAC 214, my lovely old reliable, and I'm going to just kind of define the shape just so I know generally what way I'm going with this. And I can kind of go from the top line and bring that in a little bit, just so we get some sort of a shape going. And then just filling in that little gap there just so we can get a bit of colour on the lid, just on the outer corner. And you can keep bringing it in until you're happy with it. Just gonna bring it in a little bit more, about halfway is the way I'm kind of going with this, just to give my eyes that nice shape. I'm just bringing that in about a third of the way onto the lid. So once we have a bit of that going, I'm going to take my 217 again, take up a tiniest little smidge of that same shade, and we can just kind of, I'm not blending it up, I'm just softening the line a little bit, just so it's not as harsh and drawn on, but I still want there to be a defined, you know, not an edge, but like a, where you can see where it's intentionally done. Okay, happy with that so far. I might go in and reblend a little bit more, but I think when we do our darker shades and our liner and all that kind of stuff, it'll all flow nicely together. So I'm going to switch to a Make Geek Defined Crease Brush, and we're going to go into a Make Geek Eyeshadow. Another one. This is Aphrodite, or Aphrodite. Taking a little bit of that. We're going to pop that on that outer corner as well. Keeping it a bit closer to that edge line that we created there. Just to get it on and give it a bit more depth. Then I'm going to go back in with my 214, take a little bit of that same shade, the Aphrodite, and we're just going to kind of define the line and then flick it inward. So running it along the line and then flicking it up into itself. And I'm going back in with my 224, just whatever's left on it from that first buffed shade, and just very lightly, I don't even want to diffuse it too much, but I just want to make sure that it's all nice and warm. Just go along those edges. Okay, we're very wingy. We are very wingy. What I want to do now is work on my lower lash line, I think. So we're going to go in with our 214 again, the little flat smudgy. And I'm just going to clean them off a little bit just on a little color switcher thingy. And we're going to start with that Aphrodite shade again. And just go right into my lashes. I'm not bringing it down too far. It's only going down as far as the brush goes, if that makes sense. I'm almost just stamping it on first, just to get a bit of colour. And I'm leaving a small little gap just in here. But the most important with this shade is just getting it in between all your lashes. And connect that to that outer portion. Just so here. So when you did this line, it shouldn't be like right as your top lash line ends. It should be kind of almost where your bottom lash line starts, like a wing liner, just so you have something to connect to. Otherwise it'll just stop and then it'll be like a big gap and it'll look a bit funny. It might throw the eye off, where this kind of connecting it frames the eye a bit more. Then I'm going to take a Real Techniques shading brush, this guy here, and we're going to take a little bit of that vintage shade, the first of the darker shades that we used. And we're just going to use that just to smudge that out. But again, I'm not bringing it down maybe as far as I normally would, with like where I might even use like a big fluffy brush to blend it out. I kind of want to keep this in that real nice cat eye kind of shape. Bear in mind though, this probably still is blended down way further than most people would probably go, but that's all up to you. And I'm going to clean that brush off a little bit, and we're going to go into Buffed, which is the lighter, warmer shade that we used at the very, very beginning, on that same brush, and then just blend that along that edge. My little gap in here kind of got lost a little bit with the blending, but I'm going to put a shimmer there anyway, so that's okay. We just want to give that nice haze of warmth. Okay, I'll tidy up a little bit under my eyes if I need to, like with concealer and stuff like that, because there is a tiny bit of fall down, not that much. I'm going to work on shimmer now, so that's going to be fun. So I've kind of more like a pinky kind of shimmer, and I've also got this also pink but lighter pink, and then we'll kind of work from there. That's a shimmery white. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it yet though. But what I will do is take some glitter primer. This is just some NYX Glitter Primer, and I'm taking that on a MAC 239 brush, just like a flat shader brush. Taking some of that on, and he is going to go basically on the rest of the lid, but I'm not bringing it up any higher than my crease. So where that line is to be kind of dragged in a little bit, I'm not bringing it any higher than that. Just patting it on. And then just whatever is left on the brush, I'm going to go into that where that little gap is, or where it's supposed to be. A tiny bit there. Okay, and then with that same brush, we're going to go into this shade here from Inglot. This is the shade 48. It's a gorgeous pink rose kind of shimmer. Taking that on the same brush because it'll pick it up nicely with the glitter primer still on it, and that is going to go on the lid right next to our darker colors. But I'm going to leave a little, just the inner third there. I'm going to leave that bare. Then going back in my little defined crease brush just with whatever's on it. I don't really mind which color is on it. Just one of the dark shades just to tap over the edge and help them blend. Okay, and then next to that I'm just flipping my brush over, but even cleaning it doesn't really matter. I'm going to take this shade here, which is from Make Geek. It's one of their foiled shadows, and it is called Nostalgic. Might even use my finger to kind of press it on properly, but I just want to get the precision with the brush first, because foils do tend to work better with your finger. They just sit better on the eye. And that is going in that little gap in there. So we have a nice bit of gradient going on. Oh, it's so like princessy, like ethereal kind of look to it. Beautiful. And then just flip my brush over just with whatever's left on it from the darker pink shimmer. And they should blend very easily together. Okay, so I'm happy enough with how that looks for now. I'm going to tidy up my under eyes off camera, and then we will come back and do a little bit of liner, and then I'll finish off my face. Okay, so I've tidied up under my eyes, so the next thing I want to do now is finish off my eyes, and what we're going to do for that is take just like a flat kind of brush like this, big flat brush like that, and I'm taking the shade So Pale, yeah, So Pale, from Make Geek. Whatever colour is a bit lighter than your skin or matches your skin, that's the kind of colour you want to go for, matte preferably. Well, you can do shimmer if you want to, but I'm using a matte, and I'm using one that's just a shade lighter than my own skin, and this is just gonna go all along underneath the brow just to take away any harshness that's there. It'll also highlight under your brow and soften your blend a little bit, so it's a great little tool to do. Next, for a little inner corner highlight, we're going to use the MAC Vanilla Pigment. It's kind of like an opal kind of look to it, so it's like nudish off-white kind of colour with a gold shimmer and a pink shimmer through it. Depends on where it hits the light. I just think it'll go really nice with this because it'll have a little bit of warmth in it with the gold, but still blend with the pink really nicely. And it kind of just gives that like almost like a candlelit kind of hue off the eye a little bit. Oh, I almost forgot our little gap, the little gap on the lower lash line. I almost forgot about it. What I'm going to do is take some of the lighter shimmery pink, the Nostalgic, the one that we use like here. I'm going to take that on just a small brush, and we're just going to pop that just in there, just a little bit of shimmer. I think the other pink could kind of overpower too much, where this will just give it a bit of sheen. Okay, I am loving this. So I just want to do a little bit of liner with water, and I'm going to do my top liner off camera and my mascara and all that kind of stuff because it's the same usually every time. I'm going to take this number 7 Stay Perfect Amazing Eyes pencil in the shade Bronze, as far as I can think. It's this color here, so it's like it's like a bronzy kind of color, but it's not bronze. It's almost like an antique gold. That's a bit of a rosy gold. It's a weird color. It's really pretty though. I'm just gonna pop that on my waterline because I don't want to darken the eye. I want to keep that nice shape going. Okay, so that is us done for now. Let me do my, the basics on my eyes, my mascara, liner, lashes, and I might have my face done when you come back. I might not. We will see. Probably will though. I think I probably will, and I'll just go through what I have on the rest of my face. Okay guys, so this is us all finished. I'm going to go quickly through everything else I put on my face. So for my liner on my upper lash line, we see in the waterline, but on my upper lash line I'm using the MAC Dual Dare All Day Waterproof Liner in the shade Dare Black. I'm pretty sure there's only one black. It's one of the like double-sided ones. One side is pencil, which I didn't use, but I did use the liquid side to do my wing liner on my upper lids. Just a decent sized wing, kind of chunky on the outside, like a thicker kind of wing on the outside, but not too long, if that makes sense. My mascara is my MDM Flow Greater Than mascara, and then my lashes, where'd my lash box go? There it is. These are the Violet Voss Wisp or Wisp Out You. That's very hard to say. Wisp or Wisp Out You. It's supposed to be with or without you, but wisp or wisp out you. Yeah. They're really nicey, they're wispy, and they're slightly longer on the outside, but not too much, and they just give a nice bit of definition, bit of thickness, and more drama to the look without taking over the whole look or losing the shape of the eye, because I did try a few on, but these are the ones I decided to go for. Then onto my cheeks. So my bronzer, which I already had on, but I didn't let you know what it was. Everything else, like my face products, skin products, is going to be linked down below or listed down below, so you can check that out if you want to see. This is the Lauritzy Bronzer in the shade Aloha. It's one of their quick fix stick or something like that it's called. Like, I don't know, it's something stick. But it is Aloha. If you look up Lauritzy Aloha bronzer, it usually comes up when I look it up. It is beautiful, and I just popped it on. I didn't draw it on, I actually popped it on with a brush. I went straight from the stick onto a brush, and I love how that looks. Then for my blusher, I use, let me just take this out, my Makeup Geek blush in the shade Cherish, which is like a nice mauvey, not a mauvey pink, more of a rosy pink, so it kind of matches the lip really nice, matches the pinks on the eyes perfectly, and just gives a nice bit of colour. So that's on my cheeks. And then for my highlighter, I was going to do 2 highlighters, but I decided not to do the second one because this was like beaming. This is my Kiko Milano Ocean Feel highlighter in the shade 02 Virtuous Golden Rose, and it looks like this, and it's one of those kind of marbleized baked highlighters, and it just makes, when you're first putting it on, you're like, meh, it's cool, and then as soon as you kind of take a look back, you're like, whew, it is beautiful. So you have to be careful not to use too much of it. And then my lips, I went for Soar lip liner from MAC to line my lips, fill the lip in, it's kind of the main colour of the lip, and then lipstick on top too. Basically it's an exact match, even though they've got a Soar lipstick is a lot deeper, more mauve. This colour actually on me matches that lip liner better, which is Twig from MAC. Matches it perfectly. And then I didn't know whether I wanted gloss, so I put a bit on and I was like, cool. This is the Catrice Infinite Shine Lip Gloss in the shade I Don't Have a Shade. I will list it down below. There is no shade, it's rubbed off. So I will list that down below if you want to check that out. Also, if you do want to see more up close pictures of, say, the eye, because I do take pictures of like just the eye, and more up close pictures of my face, because sometimes it can be hard to see it in the video, then my Instagram is linked down below, and I always post at some point after the video goes up. The pictures will go up eventually. Eventually is my favorite word apparently. It will go up. I usually do like the eyes first, and then the face, and then you can kind of see, and I list everything there as well, so you can have a better look at my face if you're not already sick of seeing my face. So if you're not sick of seeing my face, give me a big thumbs up down below. Let me know you like the video, and to encourage me to do more videos, because that's what I want. And subscribe down below to see, I had to swallow there, sorry. Subscribe down below to see more lovely tutorials, to see Halloween is coming up. Halloween is coming up. My mic is like freaking out there. Yeah, Halloween's coming up, very excited, have it all planned out, know what I'm doing, already have some filmed. I'm like way ahead of myself right now. Yeah, quarantine did me good. But yeah, I have Halloween videos coming up, so you'll see those. You'll see more of my colour series coming up. You will see, although I am going to be, I'm just letting you know now, I might be taking a bit of a break from my colour series between Halloween and Christmas, because I have so much crap I need to put up as well, and I can't fit them in. So they might have to go on the back burner till next year, but next year I'll continue that series. And yeah, leave me a comment down below, let me know what you think of this look, and would you wear the look? Do you like the look? I love this look. I was a bit iffy at first when I had just kind of the dark, you'll see as it goes on, you've already seen it, the kind of dark colours before it was all blended and all the other bits were put on, but now I love it. I love it. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye!